Oh no, is he gonna be funnier than you?
He already is.
We're getting a dad life update from John Stamos on his hilarious son Billy. And we've got the stories that define the week on People in 10. I'm Andrea Belke, bringing you everything you need to know about pop culture right now. We've got 10 minutes, so let's dive right in with the first 5, starting with Colton Underwood speaking his truth.
I've ran from myself for a long time. I've hated myself for a long time, and I'm gay.
He explained that coming to terms with it this year was quite a process. He went through some really dark times.
I would have rather died than say I'm gay.
The former Bachelor says he felt different since he was a kid.
Colton didn't have many people to talk to about the things that he was wrestling with as a teen and young adult. He grew up in a very traditional athletic family, and he was often taught to just keep going, move on, don't dwell on your feelings, and that's kind of what he did for many years.
On his season of The Bachelor, Colton gave Cassie Randolph his final rose, but they split in May of 2020, and now he's looking forward.
I'm like the happiest and healthiest I've ever been in my life.
Very happy for him. And Prince Harry is back in the UK this week for the first time in over a year to attend Prince Philip's funeral.
Prince Harry returns to the UK from California on Sunday, where he's following safety protocols and quarantining at Frogmore Cottage before joining his family at the funeral on Saturday. Meghan did not join him across the pond because she's pregnant with their second child, a daughter due this summer.
And Harry paid tribute to his grandfather with a touching statement.
Prince Harry remembered Prince Philip as a master of the barbecue, legend of banter, and cheeky right till the end.
Prince William is also remembering Philip with a statement of his own.
He said, "I will miss my grandpa, but I know he would want us to get on with the job." Prince William also shared a never-before-seen photo of his son, Prince George, with Prince Philip that was taken in 2015 by Kate Middleton.
After Philip's death on Friday at the age of 99, a photo of him in his military uniform with his wife, Queen Elizabeth, went viral. But the true story behind the photo isn't what you might think.
While many people said that he had pranked the Queen by dressing up, they were actually laughing at a swarm of bees that unexpectedly interrupted the ceremony at Windsor Castle they were attending.
Now onto the Instagrams you've been loving this week. Katy Perry and Miranda Kerr are bonding over the unconditional love in their modern family.
The kids are my number one love, as you know.
For sure.
It's
Oh my God.
just the best thing in the world, being a mom.
It's the best job. It's the most fulfilling.
Miranda has 3 kids, including a 10-year-old son with her ex-husband and Katy's current fiance, Orlando Bloom, while Katy and Orlando welcomed their first child together, daughter Daisy Dove, last year. And Amy Schumer is showing off her son's latest fashion obsession. The proud mom revealed that Jean, who is almost 2, is only wearing tap shoes these days. And it's safe to say that Amy's famous friends like Cynthia Erivo, Ben Platt, and Leslie Odom Jr. are loving it just as much as we are. Khloe Kardashian shared a behind-the-scenes peek at her daughter True's 3rd birthday party. And in true Kardashian form, they went big for the occasion. The party was cousins only because of COVID, but it was still a blast, featuring a giant purple bounce house, cookie decorating, and 3 Disney princesses. Well, Hollywood is having a bit of a baby boom. Macaulay Culkin and Brenda Song revealed this week that they welcomed a baby boy, Dakota, on April 5th, named after Macaulay's late sister who passed away in 2008. The couple tells Esquire that they're overjoyed by the arrival of their first child. And in pregnancy news, Tan France and his husband Rob are expecting their first child via surrogate. Tan posted this playful photo of himself, revealing that their little one is due this summer. And it's double the pregnancy news for Nick Cannon. DJ Abby De La Rosa announced that she and Nick are expecting twin boys, marking Nick's 2nd set of twins. He and his ex-wife Mariah Carey share 9-year-old twins, son Moroccan and daughter Monroe. He also shares 2 young children with Brittany Bell. And HGTV's Ben and Erin Napier have some happy news of their own.
So we're having another baby.
What?
It's true.
In this week's People cover story, the hometown stars are sharing their baby joy and the adorable response their 3-year-old daughter Helen had to the news.
The day we found out we're gonna have a baby, we're like, do you think it'll be a little brother or a little sister? And she said, it's a girl.
It's a Gale.
It's a girl.
And she was right. So how did Helen react when her prediction came true?
We got the phone call and I said, Helen, guess what? It's a girl. And she completely did this whole like, choreographed performance dance in this hotel room, and it ended with her like on the floor like this. She's very, very pleased with herself for predicting it was a girl. If it were a boy, she would have been devastated, I think.
Erin also tells us how grateful they are about how life has panned out.
Everything feels like a gift. It's all one huge gift. Yeah. God has taken great care of us. We're very, very blessed.
They are so down to earth. We love them. Now, let's move on to some screen time. I'm joined now by John Stamos, and we are so happy he is back on TV. He's starring as a high school girls basketball coach in the new show Big Shot, which premieres April 16th on Disney+. For these final 5 minutes of the show, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. For question number 1, you have to give me 1 answer. For question number 2, you have to give me 2 answers, and so on. Let's get started. First up, in Big Shot, your character is a former NCAA basketball coach who has this fall from grace, which leads him to coaching high school girls basketball.
I'm sorry, are you chewing gum?
This is Westbrook. We won't respond to my way or the highway.
But I have a feeling that we're gonna see how this job impacts him for the better. So it had me wondering, is there one acting job that you once had where you thought it was just another gig and it ended up being more than you could have ever imagined?
This show, little do we know that it would be premiering during a time when women's basketball is in the headlines and equality for men and women. And you'd have a character that would come in to a show with all girls and have these preconceived ideas, and all of a sudden he listens and he changes and connects with these girls. I didn't know that's what we were doing, but I realize it now, and it's, I'm very proud of that.
Were you a big sports guy before this?
No. What's the opposite of a big sports guy? I was a band geek in high school, and I'm a band geek now, and I know nothing about sports. I don't watch it. I don't understand it. And this is my biggest acting challenge ever.
Come on! I bet you can make a free throw though, right?
No. Well, here's the deal. The last episode, I make a basket. In the script, it swishes. I was so nervous, and I get up there, and I'm supposed to be cool about it. And I get up, I go, whew, it goes in. And I'm like a ventriloquist going, did you get that? You did it? You guys get it on camera? So the basketball gods were on my side that day.
Well, you are so believable in this role. I think people are truly gonna believe you are a basketball coach after watching this show.
Smaller steps, but faster.
But I wanna know, if you weren't an actor, what are 2 other professions you could see yourself doing?
I wanted to be a dentist for some reason. And I got to play one on Glee. And I worked at my dad's restaurant. My dad was sort of building the family business, the restaurants, for me to take over. So I think I would have done that, I guess.
Do you cook a lot?
Yeah, I'm a pretty good cook. My son likes this little egg thing. I take Ora wheat bread and I cut a hole in it and I put an egg in the middle of it and then I give it to him.
Well, speaking of your son, we love seeing the photos that you post of him and your wife on Instagram. Billy is your mini-me.
Look at that hairdo. We both have pandemic hair, Bill.
And I remember that you told People magazine back when he was born that you were always meant to be a father. So what are 3 things that you've learned about being a dad in this phase of Billy's life?
Patience. You have to have patience. You have to have common sense.
Be very gentle. That's a collector's item.
And you have to think fast.
Turned away from torturing his father.
He's a character. It's beautiful. The only silver lining during this pandemic is my family.
It's a small world after all.
And to get through a day where the world is crumbling and everybody's losing faith, I would go into his room or I find him and he makes me laugh.
No!
He just starts giggling and giggling and giggling.
You just like laughing, don't you?
So that's been the highlight right now.
He seems like such a happy kid. Was that something you were expecting?
No, I didn't think about that. And I think it was Saget said, wait until he laughs at you for the first time. And sure enough, when I did something funny, some noise, and he started laughing.
Why is that so funny?
And he hasn't stopped laughing since. He's just happy. He loves to laugh. He likes to do bits. He'll do shtick.
Who?
Oh no, is he gonna be funnier than you?
He already is.
Bye-bye, people.
In the second episode of the show, your character is asked, what is one thing that brings him joy? So, begs the question, besides Billy, because we just talked about him, what are 4 quick things that bring you joy?
Music. I love playing music. I love playing drums. The Beach Boys, too. I love playing that music because the world needs Beach Boys right now. Wouldn't it be nice? Doing things with my wife. We like to craft a little bit. We're getting a little crafty these days. And I love to swim. Every night I swim.
What are 5 things that viewers are going to see on your new show, Big Shot?
A guy who believes that you gotta be your best. They gotta do your best.
And that's all I'm asking of you. Try your best.
A bunch of girls, a ragtag basketball, they become a team. A man who thinks one way about things, and he stops and he listens and he changes and he grows.
I just wanted to say thank you for caring.
We're gonna see a guy who doesn't necessarily know how to be a dad or a good father, a good parent, and he becomes a good parent. They're gonna see me make a shot. I make 4 or 5 3-pointers and no special effects and nobody was hurt.
John, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone, make sure you check out his new show, Big Shot, when it premieres April 16th on Disney+. All right, time's up. See you next Thursday.